Welcome to Sit, Stay, Read, the podcast for every wag, whinny, and whisker. I'm Kathleen Donnelly, award-winning author and retired canine handler. Each week, I chat with novelists about the bond we share with our furry friends and how they inspire stories. Grab a coffee, get cozy with your favorite pet. It's time to sit, stay, read. Well, a big warm welcome today to award-winning author and fellow dog lover. I think CB Wilson is someone who loves dogs as much as I do, if not more. And she writes the Barkview Mysteries series, and her latest release, The Fire Diamond, is part of the Gem Hunter Mystery series. Cheryl, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Kathleen. It's always fun to talk to a fellow dog lover.
It is. We are fellow animal lovers, dogs, horses, you name it. I think we love them all.
Absolutely. And you promised you were going to go horseback riding with me, and I'm going to hold you to it.
All right, I will be there. I'm going to do that. So I love it. Well, your latest release is really fascinating to me because it's the start of a new series, right? Is that correct? The Fire Diamond?
That is correct. Yes. It features
Awesome.
a gem hunter. So this is a woman who makes her living working for insurance companies recovering stolen diamonds. And she has a diamond dog. Now, this is a real live dog. They do have them in down in South Africa, and these dogs can smell diamonds 50 feet in the ground. Shocking.
Oh, I love it.
Now, in South Africa, they use mostly German Shepherds, which are the larger breed dogs. But for this particular series, I needed a scent hound. I needed a dog that could fit under the front seat in front of you on a commercial aircraft. So I chose a dachshund. And going with all the quirkiness of a dachshund, we have a really fantastic scent hound. I mean, think about it. They were badger dogs. So these guys tunnel and quite good at it, and they actually are pretty good trackers.
I love it. It's always funny to me. People think the little dogs can't be a scent dog, but one of my best dogs was a Russell Terrier, 15-pound Russell Terrier. And I mean, the kids would say when I would bring him into a school to search for narcotics, they'd be like, "Oh no, Sparky's here. We're not getting away with anything today." So I love that you chose the dachshund and that was the dog. Now, are they finding stolen diamonds or just finding diamonds that are yet to be, I don't know the proper word. You're a gemologist, so you can tell me, is it harvested or what would be the proper term?
This is jewelry that has been stolen. That insurance companies insure for this particular series. Although there's always a chance that the dog will find something unexpected.
Okay. Oh, that sounds like a little foreshadowing there. So tell us a little more about the mystery and the storyline with the Fire Diamond.
Well, the Fire Diamond starts in Sunset Peak. Now, for anyone who lives in Arizona, this is kind of Cave Creek area. So there's an awful lot of similarities. So it's outside of Phoenix in the old mining towns. And even to date, if you go into Cave Creek, they have the rodeo on the weekends at the different bars and restaurants in the area. And it's really a nice, fun look back into the Old West. So we start out in a town that is very much an old mining town. And they have a diamond that was found there back in the 1920s, the single fire diamond. Now, a fire diamond is an orange diamond. And they are very rare. And of course, it's just remarkable that they found this diamond in a mine in Arizona and never again another one. So there's all kinds of questions about, is it a real diamond? Is it a fake diamond? But this diamond is the center stone of the city. And the diamond is stolen at the very start of the book. What you find out is that obviously all kinds of problems. Town wants their diamond back. But what you do find out at the same time is that this priceless stone, who stole it? Well, the heroine, Taylor Hunter, her father is a renowned international jewel thief.
Oh, I love it.
So there's a bit of a twist at the very beginning. And Taylor is a twin. So her and her twin do all kinds of fun twin things throughout the story. And I have to tell you, I very much enjoyed writing this. I love to write a book where you walk away learning something. And from the Fire Diamond, you all will have a very good understanding of the difference between natural and man-made diamonds. Because there's there's a whole lot about that woven into the story. So the reviews have said it isn't too much, and I'm really glad because as a gemologist, you always wonder if you overstepped.
Yeah. Now that's so fascinating to me. I mean, I've known you for the last few years, conferences, and we've talked a lot, and I never realized you're a gemologist. So tell me, like, how does one become a gemologist and what do you do? Like, tell me more.
Well, I'm telling you, if you like things that glitter and shine, you have possibilities. I've always liked bling, and I lived in Carlsbad, California for a long period of time, which is
Okay.
why my Barkview series takes place in Carlsbad. But
Okay.
backing up a second, the Gemological Institute of America is in Carlsbad.
Oh,
So
I didn't
it
realize
was
that.
so simple to take classes there, and I learned so much that I found absolutely fascinating about jewelry and gems, and I look forward to sharing that in the Gem Hunter series.
Oh, I love it. And I would assume the dogs, I mean, just as a dog handler, and you can tell me from your research, they're going to be able to tell the odor between a real diamond and a fake diamond. Would that be correct? Or are they close
Well,
enough that it would be hard?
Well, the difference between a man-made diamond and a natural diamond, there is no difference.
Oh,
It's
there
just the
isn't.
way that it's formed and created.
Oh,
So one is
okay.
formed in nature, and that's your natural diamond over time with
Yeah.
it with heat and pressure. But a man-made diamond, you still start with carbon and you put it under man-made conditions of heat and pressure.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So truly, the dog can't tell the difference.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And this fire diamond, I assume they exist in real life, that this isn't a made up. Okay. Have you
Absolutely.
seen one? Do you?
I have seen them before. They are incredibly rare. If you think about diamonds, the diamond, your engagement ring, for example, that is the upper 2% of diamonds. Well, the fire
Okay.
diamond, there's probably a total of a couple of thousand in the world.
Wow.
So they're very rare and very expensive. So if you find one at auction, they will go for millions and millions and millions of dollars because of the rarity of it.
Wow. Wow, that's so cool. And a great motive for murder, I would say too.
Absolutely,
So,
in this case, little
yeah.
international intrigue occurs.
I love it. Well, tell us a little bit about your main character. And it sounds like reviews have come in the early reviews, and people are loving her. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Taylor is a character. She is absolutely a Western girl. She rode not necessarily rodeo, but she was a barrel racer for years and
Okay.
years. And she loves her horses and the ranch and being outdoors. She's a little bit on the shorter side, so she decides that
Okay.
her height equaler are boots. So she
Okay.
has all shapes, sizes, and colors and heights. So depending on the person that she's meeting, so she's a little quirky in that respect. A lot of fun, very very intelligent and intuitive.
Okay.
And as she works her way through the mystery, she really does say that I think like a jewel thief's daughter. Because
Okay.
who else could possibly solve the mystery of this intricacy
Yeah.
than someone who thinks like a jewel
Like a jewel
thief?
thief. That's so true. And her twin. Now that's interesting. I assume identical twins, or are they not?
Identical in all ways, no one can tell them apart, and they finish each other's sentences.
Okay. Okay, I love that. So I assume that becomes a plot point in the book, or does it?
Most definitely it does. And
Okay.
it's more because her twin sister is accused of the murder.
Oh, okay. Okay, I love it. Oh, fascinating. Well, I don't love it for her sister, but but we have to do this to our characters. We have to be mean to them. So
Absolutely. Yes, we do. It's so much more fun when they work their way out of it.
it is. It is. Well, cool. Well, it sounds like such a great start to a series. When does the next book come out in it?
We are looking at the water diamond coming out
Okay.
likely in late May, early June. And this
Okay.
will be a very interesting story. In fact, in the book, the dog in the book, the dachshund, is named Glimmer. And
Okay.
she actually has her very own Instagram page. She is Glimmer the Diamond Dog. And
Yes.
she is fun to follow because right now Glimmer is following me as I do the research for the water diamond. So I will
Okay.
be posting once a week on different places that I visited for the research, with the dog, of course, in tow. So Glimmer the Diamond Dog has an absolute story to tell here about some of the intricacies of what the new book is going to feature. It will start in Phoenix at the Wrigley Mansion because the Wrigley
Okay.
Mansion is in Phoenix. It was the Star of the Desert. It is on top
Oh,
of the hill overlooking the Biltmore, and it is a beautiful property that now has been converted into not really convention space, but more party space, weddings and events.
okay.
So what will occur
Nice.
there is something will get stolen out of an event, which will be a 1920s
Okay.
piece of jewelry that tells a story that originated back pre-World War I when Germany was in control of
Huh.
German East Africa.
Okay. Oh, I
And
love it.
and then you're going to follow it because, of course, Glimmer has to fit under the seat in front of you in the airplane. So the story will end in Catalina, California, at the Wrigley Mansion in California.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, and you mentioned the Wrigley Mansion. I'm going to do kind of a 180 here because this was something else I found interesting on your website. So, which is bat dogs. You have a petition for bat dogs. Uh,
That is correct. Yes.
yeah, so when you said Wrigley Mansion, that reminded me. Tell us about bat dogs, the petition, and are we ever going to see them in a mystery, maybe?
Well, they are actually in a mystery. So the Barkview Mystery series, which was my first series, was written about a cat person trying to decide if there was a right dog for her. So she
Okay.
actually will tries out 10 different dogs in the course of the series. And I believe it's book number 7 or 8 is Labradored to Death. And that
Okay.
that book is about the bat dog. It is Champ, who is a real live bat dog. He works for the Durham Bulls. So the
Okay.
book was actually written about Champ
I
and
love it.
the wonderful things that they do. So these are the dogs of baseball that retrieve bats versus a bat boy. Well, I had the pleasure of interviewing Champ on his home turf in Raleigh, Durham, on the baseball field,
Oh, that's cool.
and it was quite the experience. You talk about a star. If you look at the picture on the back of my book, the dog is smiling. And it's incredible to me. He knew when the cameras were being there, when he needed to be a star in action, because he works for 3 to 4 innings on the field, and then he
Okay.
comes off the field, and it takes 3 additional innings for him to get off the field, out of the area by the time the fans attack him. And they're asking for paw prints, and they want baseball cards with Champ on it, and pictures with him. And the dog will just sits there and poses with kids hanging on his back and pulling his ears, and the adults pulling his ears, but doing it quite well, and
Okay.
quite like a star.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love that. And so the petition is to get bat dogs into Major League Baseball. Is that right?
That is correct. What you'll find, there are 28 this year, minor league teams that have bat dogs. And they're,
Wow.
for
Oh,
the most
cool.
part, they're Labradors or they're Goldens.
Okay.
And like, for example, the Golden Retrievers in Trenton, New Jersey, are 3 generations of Golden Retrievers that have been bat
Wow.
dogs for the Trenton team. So it's
Okay.
been really interesting. In fact, the day when I did the interview for the Trenton team, it was Bat Dog Day, and they actually changed the name of the team for that evening to honor the Bat Dog. So it
Oh,
was
I love it.
Golden Dogs. It was absolutely
Golden dogs.
wonderful.
That's great.
And I ended up I was so fortunate to be in Trenton, New Jersey at the time, and a guest of the Bat Dogs that evening, to really
Nice.
get a good feel. So with any luck, we'll be able to get a Bat Dog series off the ground at some point.
I love it. I hope you do that. I'm a baseball fan and I didn't know that. I was like, how did I not know this? This is so cool. So
Well,
I love
you
it.
need to make the time to go to a baseball game where there is a bat dog, because you will be
Yeah.
absolutely amazed on what a wonderful job they do. I mean, and they keep the
Cool.
crowd. I think the funniest part of the experience that I had down in Raleigh, Durham, was the batter came up to the plate, hit a double, and everyone's like, clapping, yay, yay, yay. The dog runs out and they start chanting, champ, champ. The entire stadium is standing
I
up.
love it.
The guy who hit the double is sitting on second base going,
Yeah, forget the double, whatever.
which may be why Major League Baseball doesn't have bat dogs.
Yeah, there's probably some big egos who might not appreciate it, but we would all like to see it. So,
Well, and think about it. What are you watching the game for? I want to be
yeah,
entertained, and I'm entertained when the dog
exactly.
runs out and fetches the bag.
I agree. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. So, well, I love it. Well, we'll circle back again. Sorry, I'm like going round and round here, but back to your Barkview series, because how many books are in that series now?
Are 10 books in the series, and
Okay.
I did write kind of a bridge book in between.
Okay.
So it took the heroine of the Barkview series and
Okay.
brought the heroine, so Taylor Hunter, the heroine of the Fire Diamond series, together to solve a mystery. And it's a novella. It's a short story that's available on my
Okay.
website if you sign up for my newsletter.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun to bring a Western girl to a Southern California town.
I
So
bet.
you can already imagine that there was a little bit of a craziness going on.
I love it. And were you originally from Phoenix? Were you that Western girl when you moved to Carlsbad, or are you?
I am a frustrated country girl who grew up on Long Island in New York.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
But I was a hunter jumper, so I was into horses when I was young.
Yeah.
Moved out west and really took to Western riding. I mean, one day I would
Okay.
really like to do the mounted shooting. No,
Yeah.
this is not.
Be
This
fun.
is a six shooter that shoots balloons. So we're not
Yeah.
talking about anything
No.
scary here. But
No.
it is quite the challenge, and those horses are just so well trained and just magnificent animals. And I hope to one day be able to do that.
Well, I hope you can too. We have neighbors who do it. So yes, if you're listening, don't worry. This is not real bullets or anything. It's just a really fun thing, but it's fun. I drive by and I see them practicing, and one of these days I'm going to drive off the road because I start watching them and not which is really, luckily it's a back road and there's not a lot of traffic, but
About how well trained that horse needs to be, though, because there's
yes.
a gunshot that it hears in
Mhm.
between its ears as you're
Yeah.
heading towards the balloons that you're supposed to be that are your targets as
Yeah.
you're doing a
Yeah.
course. It really is agility. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So
It
it's hard
really
to find
is.
a dog. I'm sorry, a horse for this particular activity.
It is. It is. It would be very difficult. Do you foresee any horse books in your future since we're fellow horse lovers? Will there be any horse mysteries or?
Well, Kathleen, I mean, think about it. If you read the Fire Diamond, you're going to get a lot of horses in that.
Well, that
There's
okay. Well, there you
a
go.
mining town where they do actually a little bit of the sleuthing on horseback
Oh, okay. All
in
right.
in the Arizona desert.
I love it. Okay, cool. Well, I definitely have to get it read then. So, what's up next? We've talked a little bit about your next book in the Gem series. Is there another book coming in the Barkview or something else? Anything else coming up?
Well, at this point, I'm really focusing on finishing the Water Diamond and can
Okay.
try to put that together into a little bit longer series. So I'm not quite sure yet where book 3 is going to take place, but I'm kind of
Okay.
thinking almost an Asian look to it. Maybe put the book
Oh, cool.
in Thailand or something. I'm not quite sure
Okay.
yet. So
Okay.
we'll see how that comes together. I can always
Yeah.
be talked into retriever to death in the Barkview series
Okay.
as we move forward as well. Um, what I did differently with the Fire Diamond in terms of bringing the book out was I made Glimmer into a pupfluencer. So
Okay.
while she does exist as a friend's dog, she is also
Okay.
has a lot to say about social issues, about
Oh, I
dogs,
like it.
where dogs are loud. And I've had a lot of fun bringing Glimmer to life
Cool.
as a real, not only a character, but as a dog with a purpose. And
Yeah.
it's been very interesting. Now, she does have a lot of outfits. I will admit that up front. She is a snappy dresser, and she does have
Nothing
her
wrong with
signature
that.
pink cowgirl hat that she wears at all times. But it has been a real interesting look into really drawing other people into the type of mysteries that we write. While I could be
Nice.
potentially classified as a cozy mystery, it's actually more of an action adventure. I mean,
Okay.
one of my reviews, which I find so fascinating, it's a 5-star review, and it reads, "Move over, Stephanie Plum. Taylor Hunter is the new queen of cozy
Mhm.
adventure." And it brings up
Nice.
the whole concept of what a mystery is, because
Yeah.
is it cozy? Is it adventure? How do we draw that line of what type of book it
Mhm.
is to draw people into this particular type of story? And you write thrillers. So, but your latest book wasn't so much. It was more of a romantic suspense.
It
And
was.
as a writer, I find it fun to be able to walk a line that
Yes.
you can write the book that you want to write and you're no longer pegged into a specific category, if that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
That does make sense. It makes a lot of sense. And it's fun to do things a little different, like and I found the romantic suspense pushed me a little out of my comfort zone. I don't know how you felt writing The Fire Diamond, but it in a good way, in a fun way. So,
Well, interesting you say that. I found with The Fire Diamond, it was the book I wanted to write, that it
oh,
came from my heart and it was something that
nice.
was important to me. And I think you can see it in the writing. As much as I love the Barkview series was a call to action for me. And I found my voice in Barkview, which
Okay.
I thought was interesting as I look back on it now. My mother, love her to death. She is a couch potato, does not
Yeah.
like to go out and walk and things like that. And she got herself a Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh, oh my gosh.
And you know what I mean? The dog was
Yes.
quite active
Yes.
and honestly not a good fit for my mom.
Okay.
She would have been
Okay.
better off with a white fluffy that sat on her lap all the time, and
Yeah.
that would have been the perfect dog for her. So when I wrote the Barkview series, it was really about helping people understand the traits of the dog. Now,
Okay.
each one of the 9 books is, again, it's this cat person trying to solve a mystery with the help of a dog that she's not really familiar with. So she needs to
Okay.
learn how to work with the dog throughout the course of the book. And it is the
Okay.
traits of the dog that actually help solve each individual mystery, that the dog is actually assisting her. So it was more for me an educational series, and I learned a lot
Mhm.
because there were breeds that I wrote about that when I babysat for those dogs, which is what I did. I ended up taking them into my home for a week or two. You'd be
Oh,
shocked how many
wow.
people are willing to let you babysit for their dog. And I learned how to live with the dog for a period of time. And
Okay.
it was very eye-opening to me, about how
Nice.
different corgi is than a Labrador Retriever, for example. And
Yes.
they are very different animals. And there really is a perfect home for every dog. You just
Yeah.
have to, as a human, find the one that works, is most compatible with you. Well, the Fire Diamond was not that at all. This was a story that came from my heart as a gemologist. It
Cool.
was information that I want people to understand and know about. When you go to the jewelry store, what is it that you're really looking at? And
Yeah.
how do you know what the value is of what it is that you're looking at? Do you feel like this is that you're getting a deal? Do you feel like you're getting ripped off? There's so many different
Yeah.
aspects to jewelry that I am looking forward to in this series, really exploring in many different ways and bringing the historic value of what it brings to the table, because a diamond will speak to you if you know what to look for.
Yes. That makes
And
sense.
and I think that is what's so fascinating is, and you either love jewelry or you don't. If you love jewelry, you're going to love this series because you're going to see so many different aspects of jewelry. You're going to go, oh, no wonder I love that.
That is so neat. Yeah, and I mean, and jewelry has it's speaks to you, but then it can have such like I have my grandmother's diamond from her wedding ring. So obviously very sentimental. And so there's so many different layers to jewelry. I think that's one thing I find fascinating about it. Not just wearing it. I mean, it's fun to wear, but when you have something that really means something, it's pretty neat.
Exactly. And I think that's the layers that I would like to peel back in the Gem Hunter series. Someone said to me, well, how many books are you planning? And I'm saying, well, I think it's going to depend on how many stories there are to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. You just see where the characters take you.
Exactly. In the Barkview series, I did bring a diamond in because, at heart, I am a gemologist. So I had to
Right.
have a diamond in the Barkview series at some point. The Shepherd diamond, which is a yellow diamond in the Smithsonian, in Shepherded to Death is actually stolen, and
Okay.
Kat, who is the heroine of the Barkview series, has to find it. It was on loan to Barkview, and it's stolen out of their exhibit in Barkview, and oh heavens, she needs to find it. Well, it was fun to write that because the Shepherd Diamond has no recorded history. So it was fun to
Really?
give it a history in this book. It shows up
Wow.
at the Smithsonian as legally written up as just it was turned in and somebody got some commodity diamonds for it. There's no history of who brought it in. There was no history of where it
So
came from.
fascinating.
So
Wow.
it has no home.
Huh.
And isn't that the stuff you want to write about?
That is, that is. I mean, there's so many great questions and so many great storylines. So I love it.
Exactly. And there's
I
no
love it.
wrong answer.
No,
I
no, that
gotta
makes it
love it,
even more
right?
fun. Yeah, you can go with it. Well, for those who want to make sure they keep up with all your books and keep up with you and Glitter, give us your website, social media. Where can everyone find you?
I'm pretty much everywhere. My website is cbwilsonauthor.com, and all my books are listed on the website. Fire Diamond is available pretty much everywhere. It's on the shelf in Barnes and Noble. It's available on Amazon, Apple, Kobo, all the usual suspects.
Okay.
Uh, and the Barkview series is in KU for the entire series, which means
Okay.
digital
Great.
is available in the library, and it's also print is available pretty much everywhere on the
Okay.
Barkview series as well. One thing I can tell you on audio is that on the Barkview series, it is Cavaliered, which is book 1, is on audio. Book 4,
Okay.
which is the Doodled, is on audio. And that
Nice.
one, Doodled won Best Cozy from Reader's Choice back in 2024.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's
Okay.
been highly regarded. And then Puppy to Death is also on
Okay.
audio, and that's
Okay.
available through ACX and your standard audio areas. Fire Diamonds audio will come out likely in February. It's
Okay.
unfortunate, but my narrator ended up having emergency surgery, and we couldn't get
Oh
it
no.
completed in time for the release.
Okay.
So I think
Okay.
we're just going to have to re-release everything come February when we have audio
Yeah.
available.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's too bad. Well, hopefully she's making a good recovery. That's very
Yes.
scary. So good. Good. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been fun having you. It's been fun catching up.
It is always a pleasure to do so, and I look forward to sharing a Sunset Peak martini with you the next time we get together, because
Okay.
Taylor has to have a signature drink.
Okay. So I look forward to that and a horseback ride. I want to do that. I definitely want to do that. So we
That
will
will
have
be
to
a
get
lot
together.
of fun. And please follow Glimmer on Glimmer the Diamond Dog on Facebook and also on Instagram, your
Okay.
choice. And we will have the story of the water diamond unfolding in front of you as the research
Oh,
is being
very
done.
cool.
Because
Very
there
cool.
just may be a way to sneak into some of these special mansions.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Cool. Well, I know I'm following Glimmer on Instagram, so I'm gonna have to make sure I check in. And everyone out there, make sure you follow Glimmer and check out the Barkview Mysteries, but also Cheryl's latest, The Fire Diamond. And so thank you again for coming on the show.
And thank you for having me, Kathleen. It was fun.
It was. Until next time, everyone, keep your tails wagging and pages turning. Thanks for joining me today. Sit, Stay, Read is a part of the Authors on the Air Global Network. If you enjoyed today's author interview, be sure to leave a review and share the episode with a fellow animal-loving reader. If you're curious about the world of working dogs and wilderness adventures, please check out my books at KathleenDonnelly.com. Until next time, curl up with your best furry friend and sit, stay, read.